Alright, well hello everyone, welcome back. We are now a Town Hall level 5. We've done some redesigns to our base. This is the second video. Hopefully the audio quality will be... Ooh, there we go. Alright. Hopefully the audio quality will be better this time. This is again Clash of Clans. We're going to go more of a general overview, try to do an introductory, and maybe get a lot of stuff done tonight. Give you a general overview of the game and all its little dynamic aspects. First of all, there's, oh, somebody's looking for troops. I thought I donated troops to you. Okay, so one thing that clanmates always do is donate troops to their clanmates. I happen to live with this one, so I'm definitely going to hear it if I don't get her some troop backup. This is a clan game. We are Wasp Inc. and we definitely support each other. Definitely about teamwork. What makes this game really fun is you can play it at your convenience. It's turn-based. It's not pay to win, although paying and buying gems, and I'll show you the in-game currency is this right here, the 991, which is the gems, which allows you to do basically get things done faster. So it's more like pay to progress faster. You can buy them all here, whatnot, for, I don't know, relatively cheap. You can don't have to buy anything though to really level up in this game. The one thing that it does make it convenient for you is these builder huts. I have 4 of them. It is kind of convenient. I bought some gems because I spent a lot of my gems early on. They give you quite a bit. I think they give you 1,000 to begin with, and then, you know, basically to get through the tutorial they have you clicking on them and doing all that, and by the time you realize that they're valuable, you've already spent a lot. But again, you don't need to level. I just want to show you this base. This is a semi-advanced base. I've been at it for a while. You probably might have seen my introductory video. It's on a level 4 town hall. These town halls generally dictate the level of everything else that you have on your camp. And what we have here we'll start here at the gold mines, which gives you gold. These are resources. This is an elixir, which really is about feeding your armies, progressing your armies in your strength and your attack and defense. And so these are sitting outside of your base, and they're generally what you use in the game, your consumable, so to speak. This is a storage for it. It's a very small storage. I have it on the outside of my base because it's unprotected. I want it to be a small storage. This, on the other hand, here, level 9 elixir storage is not small at all. So it's 500,000 elixir, and it's about 3/4, almost 2/3 full. I guess I'll go over some of the other buildings aside from the collectors and the storage, which is this one. This is where you train your troops, the barracks. You click this here or tap. This is really a game for your mobile phone or your Android tablet or iPad tablet. So it's really easy to use with the click, and I don't know if you can see that there clicking on it. But anyway, so here's where all your troops are. And you queue up your army. You're allotted a certain amount based on the number of camps you have. Right here on the left, we'll go through the troops that you have. This is a barbarian. They like to smash shit. Excuse my language, but we all know what barbarians are good for, and so they're the grunts. And then you have here, this is ranged. This is let me show this to you. This is an archer. My archers are level 2. I'm currently upgrading them to level 3. Here is a barbarian. Looks really mean. Awesome. These are basically infantry ground forces. Goblins. Ooh, I'm going to queue a bunch of stuff here. Goblins are really good at stealing resources. One of the ways you get resources in the game is you can get them through the collectors, which I just showed you, or you can go out and steal them from other players, which is much more fun. I gotta tell you, it's really frustrating when you have a base. Some guy comes along with a big army and takes all your stuff away. It doesn't happen to me very often. I have a pretty good base, a pretty good understanding of the game. These guys, you can see the damage is ×2 for resources, so they double damage on those, and so that's pretty badass. These are giants. giants are like tanks, really. You send them in, they take out defenses only. That's one of the most important aspects of this character type, is he takes on defenses only. He ignores all other targets. So if basically you want to go in and fully take over a place, you're going to put a bunch of giants in and have them take out the defenses, try to support them with your ground troops and whatever. They cost a little bit more to make, a little bit more expensive, but that's what they are. And you'll see you'll see these in action. So this is a wall breaker. I'm sure you've seen around my base there's walls, and this is how you get through them. So against walls, they do damage times 40. It's a whole lot of damage. And if they're very particular, you got to use them very artfully, because they can die. They don't have a lot of health at all. Their hit points are 24, which is most things at this level can one-shot them. Oops. A couple more here. Balloons. Balloons fly over the place and drop big, powerful bombs and do a lot of damage. And they do splash damage too, and that's a big distinction between the other ground troops that you have. Splash damage is really good. It's king in this game. It's a lot of infantry based. Having splash damage is nice. Obviously, these have a huge weakness, and that huge weakness is if they have archers or archer towers or anti-air defense missiles on the ground. They take these things down quite rapidly, so much so that I don't really use them that much. I've used them before, probably will use them again. It just requires a lot of practice, and it requires certain situations. You got to take down the air defenses first, and that's a little bit complicated sometimes. At least at this level, so I'm not running any of these right now. These are wizards. Wizards are really squishy, but they do a lot of damage. I'm not running a lot of these. I need to do a little bit more with them, learn how to use them, practice, and that, and of the like, and that. But they definitely need to be supported. If you take them in without support, they're just pretty much going to be wasted. And that's it. They have other units. This is a healer unit that I'm going to unlock. This is a dragon unit. You get more units as you go down the road. The other thing that has to do with the units is this research laboratory. Research laboratory allows you to research other units at more powerful levels. As you can see, almost all the units that I have are level 2. This one is currently updating to level 3. It's going to take 2 days. Like I said, this is a game about, a little bit here and a little bit there. It does require patience, but you know what? If it sits on my phone and I'm at the doctor's office and I want to kick off a construction that's going to take 2 weeks, it doesn't bother me. It's something I've found that's really cool, a lot of fun, that I can just play at my own pace, so to speak. And that's what's really cool about it. So a lot of people get put off by the fact that oh my gosh, I'm going to upgrade this. What is it going to take? Oh, it's going to take a day. Yeah, well, if it's not your primary source of game time, it's quite all right. That pretty much, outlays the units. Generally, base walls are very important. You want to protect the most important things. The most important things that you have are defenses. So you want to put all your defenses behind a wall for sure. The other thing is resource storage, if you can afford it, if you have the space to put behind. But also this town hall. This is basically your castle. If you get attacked in this game, enemies get certain points for accomplishing certain things, and one of them is destroying this building here. So you want to leave it protected, although there are some strategies in the game where you leave this outside. You just drag this out over here and just let them have free reign of it. That's especially helpful if you're trying to drop trophies, and trophies are these things along the left, on the top left, that I'm using with my mouse. And I'm getting a little bit concerned. Am I losing my mouse? I hope my mouse is coming off in this video. If it's not, it's going to be quite problematic, and I'm going to have to reshoot it. I better verify this, actually. Give me a minute. Well, if we find we don't have the mouse, we're going to be screwed. We're going to have to record this all to go over again. So we'll see how that goes. I'm just out having fun. It's a fun game. That's what it's about. It's about having fun. It's about challenging. one way I describe this game is like a PvP tower defense. But the thing is, you get to make the towers, and you get to also attack the towers. So in that regard, I think it's quite interesting for me. I like puzzle games, but I also like PvP, and I like, you know, strategy. This really does fulfill all those aspects. Now, we'll go over the defenses, starting with the cannon. Let me find a cannon that's being used. Here's the cannon. You see the range, it's got pretty good range. It's not the longest range, but it is a single target item, which basically means it's going to fire at one target. It does some pretty good damage. You can one-shot the lower level troops, and it's, I want to say, at least for the low levels, and I know it's more your weaker defense, and we'll go into that a little bit more in a bit. So I'm going to start from the bottom up. At the very beginning, you don't get all these different weapon types. You have to unlock them. That's one of the things. I would say the second one up is going to be this archer tower. The archer towers do a bit more damage. They do more damage than the cannons at the lower levels. They're really cool. They have an increased range. They're a little bit bigger range than the cannons. That's one of the reasons that makes them so powerful. And then next up from there, we're going to go with a mortar. Now you can see this mortar covers my entire base. It's good to have weapons that cover and cross-cover each other. That's why the proximity of the weapons is really key to having a good defendable base. And if you'll notice, there's not a single weapon out here that's not covered by at least 3 other weapons. I think this would be the one exception up in the corner. So this doesn't quite reach it. That does reach it, and this does reach it. So that's 2 on that one. But for the most part, they go into this area and hello, and they end up getting tore up pretty good. I'll probably show you a replay of an attack on my base to kind of see what happens and how the defense is set up. I have a lot of my stuff under construction. That was one of the problems that I got really hit. Well, there's 3 levels. There's 1-star, 2-star, and 3-star when they hit your base, and they get more points for the more damage they do, and they just really did a number on me because a lot of my defenses were under construction. I was just changing town hall levels, yada yada yada, right? So we've talked about the archer, we've talked about the mortar, and how it's important to have this in the center. There's certain things that you want to have in the center of your base to cover everything, and mortar's one of them. The reason is because the mortar is a splash damage. That means it can damage whole groups of soldiers. To me, it's the most powerful weapon at the low to mid levels of the game. As you get up there, there are definitely more powerful weapons than this, but when you're beginning, this is the one that you want to really focus on. And we'll look at the information on it. Again, it does splash damage, 6 per second, everything that it hits. It's area splash against ground targets. Archer towers can fire, we skipped over those. Archer towers can fire against ground and air units, which is really good to know. You typically want to put your guns in positions where they can cover the weaker sides that are not covered by the rest of your weapons. That's kind of how I use them, because they're the lowest level. They're the least powerful weapon at these particular levels. So I try to spread out my archer towers to cover as much of the base and make sure my mortar's centralized, and then I fill in the guns in between. Again, the guns only fire on ground targets. Archer's tower can fire against ground and air units, which is like those balloons that come through. From there, the next one that you unlock is this air defense, which really comes into play later on. This is another weapon you want to have centralized so it's not exposed on the end, that's easily taken out. Until you get to probably Town Hall level 7 and up, and you don't really see air attacks that often, so it's common to put it on the outer fringes in these lower level camps. This one is a wizard tower. This one does a lot of splash damage against ground and air units, and the range is not quite as good as the mortar, but I'll tell you, anything gets within this range is a very powerful weapon. This is unlocked at Town Hall level 5. We'll look at the information on it. It does 11 damage per second, whereas the mortar did 5 plus. So this is definitely a powerful weapon. You want to protect your splash damage weapons in your base. That's where you want to hide in the most difficult spots if you possibly can. This will do ground and air, as we said. So what's really important is how you arrange your walls, how you arrange your defense, so that all the weapons can cover each other, because that's what the enemy is going to try to take out first. Once you take the defenses down, it's free reign. You can just completely wipe out the base. So that kind of gives a little bit of an overview. This one in the center, Wasp Inc. What is that? That is your clan castle. Other clanmates can donate troops to you. You can see I've got 15 of 15 in here. Basically, you don't get these armies out here to defend your base. These guys out here do not do anything. In fact, what I should do after this is queue up an army. But this clan castle, they can donate any of the types of troops to you, and once the enemy comes within the range of this big circle that you see, these clan castle troops will go and attack them. And it's really a powerful tool in defending your base, which is one of the reasons I have it in the center. Having it in the center lets them react to every direction. Typically, the way this game works is you try to find the weak part. You try to find the chink in the armor, and you go through there, and you try to just infiltrate and overload. Or there's actually a bunch of different strategies. Maybe we'll go into some of those if people end up enjoying these videos. Want me to make more? I will definitely make more. This is a game that I enjoy. So let's look at what's in this clan castle. My clanmates have donated to me. Wow. Okay, well, I got 10 level 2 archers. That means there's a limit of 5 per clanmate. So 2 clanmates have donated level 2 troops, and 1, which is, I know, coming from our clan leader. Thank you to all that have donated level 3, and those are even more powerful. One of the things that we're doing is we're upgrading ours to level 3 in this laboratory that I showed you earlier. They're at 2 now. It's costing a 250,000 elixir. In 12 hours they'll be level 3. Much more powerful. Let's see. I mean, there's a bunch of different levels to the walls. There's a lot that I could talk about how to arrange the walls. Obviously, you want to compartmentalize things if you possibly can. That's going to prevent them from just getting into one wall and wiping out the whole internal of your base. Let me do this, though. These are the barracks. This is how you queue up your army. First off, I want to see what kind of an army composition I have. Okay, I have 2 goblins, 25 barbarians, 22 archers. I want a little bit heavier archers than barbarians, and I'm missing a lot. I need some wall breakers and giants to take down the defenses, so we'll go ahead and queue those. I need 3, 2, 1. Alright, so you kind of just balance it in your head. I need 1 of these. Oh, I hate this little glitch, right? So I may just click this. 2 of these, probably 3 to 4 of these, and if I click through, it's kind of going to tell me how much I have to work with. It's 77 of 120. You see it right here. That 120 being the max of my army. These cost 5, by the way, each, so you want to be careful with how many of those you queue up. I'm running 6 right now. I'm kind of in a raid mode / maybe I'll attack the entire base and try to star it. If I wanted to really attack a base heavily, I'd probably go heavier with giants so I can take out all the defenses. But really, you know, if I run into a base that had a bunch of easy resources, that's what I'm going for. So I'm going really heavy with the archers and that. So I'm at 96 of 120. Let's go with, ooh, I was kind of heavy. I was kind of even. Let's go with 7, no, 6. 6 and 2 should even it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. Balance is really one of the things. Wow, that came out perfect. Awesome. Okay, so 9 minutes 58 seconds. We're gonna have